If Jesus was speaking to someone who feels like giving up, someone who is exhausted, someone who has prayed, waited, and wondered if anything will ever change, perhaps his words would sound something like this. My child, I know you are tired, not because today was difficult, but because you have been fighting this battle for a long time. You have prayed, you have hoped, you have tried again and again, you have trusted, and now you wonder if anything is changing. Sometimes you ask, Lord, do you even hear me? How much longer must I wait? Should I just give up? Look at me. Do not let fear answer the questions you should bring to me. Before you listen to fear, listen to me. Who told you your story is over? Was it me? Who told you that your setbacks have erased my plan for your life? Was it me? Who told you that because the answer has not come yet, I have forgotten your prayers? Was it me? Those are not my words. Do not believe every voice that speaks into your life. Some voices speak fear, some speak doubt, some speak discouragement. Some people will tell you your dreams are impossible because they have stopped believing in their own. Some will remind you of your failures more than your victories. Some will tell you to settle for less because they cannot see what I have prepared for you. Do not allow the opinions of people to become louder than my promises. People see the present. I see the whole journey. People see one chapter. I see the entire story. Let me show you what I mean. Do you remember Joseph, the son of Jacob, the beloved son whose own brothers betrayed him? When he was still a young man, I gave him dreams of the future I had prepared for him. But those dreams made his brothers jealous. The very people who should have loved him betrayed him. They threw him into a deep pit. Imagine lying there, looking up from the bottom of that pit, listening as your own brothers decided what to do with you. Then they sold him as a slave. Imagine leaving your home in chains. Imagine believing every dream I had placed in your heart had just died. But Joseph's story did not end in the pit. He was taken to Egypt. He worked faithfully. He served honestly. Yet instead of receiving a reward, he was falsely accused of a crime he did not commit. He was thrown into prison. Now tell me, if you had visited Joseph in that prison, would it have looked like my promises were coming true? Would it have looked like success? No, it would have looked like failure. It would have looked like another closed door. It would have looked like another disappointment. Joseph could only see the prison. I could already see the palace. Joseph could only see the pain. I could already see the purpose. Joseph thought he had been forgotten. I was positioning him. He thought he was being punished. I was preparing him. He thought everything had been taken away. I was giving him something no palace could ever teach him, a faith that could endure every season. The pit led him to Egypt. Egypt led him to prison. Prison brought him before Pharaoh. And Pharaoh placed Joseph where he would save countless lives during a terrible famine. You call it a setback. I call it preparation. If Joseph had walked away from me in the pit, he would never have stood in the palace. The place where you are most tempted to quit may be the very place where your next chapter begins. You see rejection. I see redirection. You see delay. I see perfect timing. You see a closed door. I see the door that would have taken you away from my purpose. Never assume that because the road is difficult, you are walking away from me. Sometimes the hardest road is the very road that leads you where I want you to be. And remember this, it is often when everything seems to be falling apart that I am putting everything into place. It is often when everything seems darkest that dawn is closest. It is often when you feel most like giving up that you are closer than you realize. So do not quit simply because you cannot yet see what I am doing. Do you remember Job? Job was known as a righteous man. He loved God. He desired to live faithfully. Yet in what seemed like one devastating season, he lost his possessions. He lost the children he loved. His health failed. His heart was broken. Then the people around him began to speak. Instead of comforting him, they accused him. They insisted he must have done something wrong. They believed they understood his suffering, but they did not. Not everyone who speaks into your life speaks with my wisdom. There are moments when people will speak confidently about things they do not understand. Do not build your life upon every opinion you hear. Build it upon my truth. Job did not understand why he suffered, but even when he did not understand everything, he continued to seek me. He discovered something greater than the answers he wanted. He discovered that I had never left him. Sometimes you keep asking, why is this happening? You are asking me for an explanation. Sometimes I first want to give you my presence, while I am gently asking, will you trust me even before you understand? Do you remember Peter? Peter loved me. He truly believed he would never leave my side. Yet when fear filled his heart, he denied knowing me 3 times. Can you imagine the shame he carried? He thought his greatest failure had become the end of his story. But I was not finished with Peter. After my resurrection, I went to him. I did not ask Peter why he failed me. I asked him if he loved me. Because my desire was not to condemn him, it was to restore him. The man who thought he had failed forever became one of the leaders of my church. Joseph thought the pit was the end. Job thought the suffering would never end. Peter thought failure had destroyed his future. None of them knew what the next chapter would be. Neither do you. But I do. That is why I ask you, do not give up. Not because the road is easy, not because every prayer has already been answered, but because I am faithful. You are asking me to show you the whole journey. I am asking you to trust me with the next step. One faithful step, then another. Do not confuse a difficult chapter with the end of your story. I am still writing it. One day, you will look back and realize that what almost made you quit became the very thing that strengthened your faith. One day, you will see that what felt like silence was not my absence. I was working in ways you could not yet see. One day, you will understand that some prayers were answered differently because I was protecting you. Some doors remained closed because I had something better. Some delays prepared you for blessings you were not yet ready to carry. My child, you call it a setback, I call it preparation. So keep walking, keep praying, keep trusting, not because you know what tomorrow holds, but because you know the one who holds tomorrow. When you are weak, come to me. When you are discouraged, talk to me. When you fall, get up and come to me again. I have heard every prayer. I have seen every tear. I know every fear you have never spoken aloud. I have not forgotten you. I have not abandoned you. And I am not not finished with your story. Take my hand. Walk with me. The chapter you are living today is not the final chapter. Trust me. The best is not always behind you. Sometimes it is waiting just beyond the place where you almost decided to give up. So do not give up. I have never stopped walking beside you. I will never leave you.